And so they followed the monster. They prostrated themselves before him. There was a momentary lull, and they were blind to everything but the monster's laughing. The prayers began with one quotation. Atlas powder, 140 to 114. Net decline, 9%. The monster's suit was a great derrick. Anyone who refused to worship was hung by the back of his collar to the trading post outside. More skyscrapers, a wilderness for humanity. Men hung by their hair roughly over the paper, calling down stock quotations, dollars moving swift as the numbers of the monster. There it worked great miracles with an old man in baggy pants. 2,000 brokers and agents, unseeing, took the orders. Let anyone who can hand it to anyone who will buy or sell. Who can fight against it? The monster was urged to mouth its boasts and blasphemies. The floor was alive, but the old man slumped back into his chair while the monster was able to stand. 1,000 phone clerks, all gesticulating, barking orders over phones, sent the monster his power, and they were branded with his name and number, and turned white with his words, and he made it illegal for the eerie squeaks of chalk to interrupt the numbers. He who had a fatal wound but was healed. It was numbers that the people of the world must worship. There is need for insight here. From the floor, punctuated by aisles, there was scarcely room for an old man who had the excitement folded carefully in his coat pocket, like a bee storing honey, squinting for a moment and then speaking, but no one would hear. And the monster breathed life into a statue named Drax, made from the images of the numbers. And it led the people astray, and they worshipped Drax, rich and poor, and his power to see them all numbered on paper or in the air. The roar increased. Drax held power over everyone, and gave the charged calmness to a world that had once marveled at gods and angels. Then the old man saw the monster's features, his towering impersonality, colossally aloof even within the roar of the board. He had been healed. The old man's shoulders drooped. He was deaf to the staccato tat-tat-tat that was the voice of the numbers. The monster sang, "Who can compare to my language and nation? I who can see all that is hidden." And the clerks clustered about the trading posts and prostrated themselves in front of Drax. It was allowed everything, and all were given into its captivity. Business-suited ant-men on the exchange floor, a milling crowd, watching its hand for a sign, saw a second monster emerging from Drax, and hurried back to worship the beast who snorted derisively in the window, like some modernistic pulsing dinosaur in a movie. Nobody ever saw a dog make a fair and deliberate exchange with another dog of one bone for another. Never until now.